Welcome to my channel. Today we have an important topic to discuss, that is managing project scope. Now, as a project management consultant in the construction and real estate industry, I understand the significance of defining and controlling project boundaries for successful project delivery. Now, a project scope encompasses the goals, deliverables, tasks and resources required to complete a project. Now, it sets the foundation for project planning, execution and control. Now, it's every project manager's dream that the project goes on smoothly from initiation to completion without any delays and exceeding budgets, but that rarely happens in reality. Now, even if you discuss and plan out all the details in advance with all the project stakeholders involved, there is always something that changes the scope of the project during its course. Now, in fact, scope creep is a huge concern for project managers, affecting more than 50% of the projects. Now let's start by understanding the importance of project scope management. Writing a project scope statement that includes information on the project deliverable is a first step in project planning. The benefits a project scope statement provides to any organization while undertaking a new initiative include the following. First, it articulates what the project entails so that all stakeholders can understand what's involved. Second, it provides a roadmap that managers can use to assign tasks, schedule work and budget appropriately. Now third, it helps focus team members on common objectives. Fourth, it prevents projects, particularly complex ones, from expanding beyond established visions. Establishing project scope ensures that projects are focused and executed to expectations. The scope provides a strong foundation for managing a project as it moves forward and helps ensure that resources aren't diverted or wasted on out of scope elements. For a project manager, managing the expectations of stakeholders and clients is one of the most challenging tasks. With a definite project scope, managers can easily stay on track and ensure that all the deadlines are being followed throughout the project life cycle. Now, a well-defined project scope management helps avoid common issues like constantly changing requirements, pivoting the project direction when you are already midway, realizing that the final outcome isn't what was expected, going over the budget, falling behind the project deadlines. Well, effective project scope management gives a clear idea about the time, labor and cost involved in the project. It very well helps to distinguish between what is needed and what isn't needed for accomplishing the project. Scope in project management also establishes the control factors of the project to address elements that might change during the project life cycle. Now let us see how the project scope is defined. Defining project scope requires input from the project stakeholders. They work with project managers to establish the key elements of budget, objectives, quality and timeline. To determine scope, project managers must collect requirements for what the stakeholders need from the project. This includes following elements. First, the project objectives and deliverables. Second, when the project must be completed. And third, how much the stakeholders can pay for it. Basically, the goal is to gather and record precise and accurate information during this process, so the project scope reflects all requirements. Doing this improves the chances for project leaders to deliver the product that meets stakeholder expectations on time and on budget. Now let's have a look at defining scope statement in project management. The project scope statement is also called its scope document or statement of work. The project scope statement details all the boundaries of the project while also establishing the responsibilities of the team. It defines all the procedures that need to be followed for verifying and approving the finished work and gives team members a definite guideline for making project related decisions. When documenting the scope of a project, team members and stakeholders have to be as specific as possible to avoid scope creep, a situation where some parts of the project end up taking more time and effort than initially discussed due to miscommunication or poor planning. With effective project management, teams are able to ensure that the project is finished on deadline, a proper project communication plan is done, and the final product aligns with the initial requirement. Now here are 5 tips for effective project scope management. Ensure to create a work breakdown structure, as it will provide a breakdown of the scope statement into smaller, more manageable parcels. Next, avoid unnecessary work and stress and avoid ambiguity in your scope. Define it as clearly as possible. Next, make the process of defining a scope a collaborative process to prevent misinterpretations of requirements. You can use project collaboration tools to improve effective communication between project teams. Next, ensure that the scope document is not altered during project execution to avoid any increase in scope beyond what was initially discussed. Finally, take your time to consult all relevant stakeholders and define the project scope, as it cannot change once finalized. Now, managing project scope is a skill that sets apart successful project managers. Now, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to gain access to a wealth of knowledge and expertise that can elevate your understanding of project management concepts, cost control, risk management, and more such topics. So thank you for watching. See you until next time.